So, I did the Sketchbook Slam Challenge, and it was really hard, and I want to tell you about it, and tell you if you should do it too. So first of all, the sketchbook is huge. It's enormous. It's 300 pages, or 600 pages total, so there's 300 sheets of paper, and the idea is you draw on both front and back. I started my sketchbook with a list of goals that I wanted to complete, just so I had sort of a focus for the thing. And then I actually did start drawing in the back of the sketchbook and then worked my way forward, not for any particular reason, it was just my personal preference. So that's where I'm starting in this video. I'm starting in the back and then moving forward. This is a lot of drawing to do in 30 days, so I wanted to talk a little bit about if you should actually attempt this challenge or if you should give it a pass. So I think there's three main questions that you should ask yourself before you decide to do this challenge. First of all, do I have the time? You should expect to spend a couple of hours every day drawing, at least, maybe more depending on how detailed you want to go. So make sure you have the time set aside so you can actually meet the goal and avoid falling behind. The other question you might want to ask is, do you have the resources? So hopefully you'll be drawing lots of different stuff, I guess depending on what your goals are for the sketchbook. So you want to make sure you have gathered lots of reference photos. I mostly used Croquis Cafe on YouTube, as well as lineofaction.com and quickposes.com, in addition to random photos I found on Tumblr. I'll link all the resources that I used in the description in case you are going to attempt this challenge and you want to try to collect some reference photos for yourself. I'll be linking all of those below. And the third question you want to ask yourself is, do you have the motivation? Do you? Do you really? Because this is a lot of drawing to do, and I almost gave up halfway through, which I'll talk a little bit more about later. So do you really want to do this? Like, do you really want to see your art improve? Are you willing to take the energy necessary to complete this challenge? This is a tougher question to answer, but it's all up to you in the end. If you really want to see that improvement, if you really want to get further in your art, I would definitely recommend it. You can see the drawings at the start of my sketchbook are pretty dang rough. Like, y'all, these suck. These are so bad. Like, oh my god, they're just awful. You can pretty much ignore everything in the first half of the sketchbook if you want to, honestly. It's like just so bad at first. But then the more I drew, I mean, it's just like everybody says, the more you draw, the better you get. The more practice you have, the better it's going to turn out. Don't use gouache in the sketchbook, by the way. That's what that sticky note says. Definitely don't. Just learn from my mistakes and don't do it. So those are the three questions I would ask yourself before you decide to tackle this challenge, before you go and buy the sketchbook. It's not too expensive, but just make sure you actually want to do it before you invest that. Sorry about my roommate yelling. That's really all I had to say. The rest of the video will just be me flipping through the sketchbook. There's some watercolors I did on some other paper and pasted in. I tried to use watercolors actually on the sketchbook paper itself, which I super don't recommend doing. Just don't do it. It's not worth it. It crinkles the pages really bad and bleeds through really bad, so just don't do it. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the rest of my sketchbook. I paused a couple more times to point out sketches I really like. Oh my god, they're so bad at the start, guys. They're just so bad. Oh, it's awful. It's so hard to look at. I'm so sorry. I really fell into a good rhythm at the end though, and I improved a lot. So I hope you enjoy the rest of the video, and I hope you decide to do this challenge yourself. It's really fun, and I highly recommend it. Actually, before I go, I forgot there was one more thing I wanted to talk about, which is why I almost gave up on this challenge. So you'll see there's a point in the middle where I start getting really tired, and you can tell in the drawings that I'm tired because there's just like one drawing per page, and it's just like scribbles, and it's just bad. My psychiatrist had me on some new medication that wasn't it wasn't working out for me. It was making my hands shake really bad, which you can see in the line quality of my drawings, and I was just crippling depression. It hit me so hard, and I could barely get out of bed, let alone draw 20 pages a day. So I almost threw the towel in about halfway through. But I decided to stick it out. And honestly, if I think I can do it, like, I'm not the most strong-willed person, but I did it. So, guys, if I can do it, you can do it too. I believe in you very much. So, just don't give up. You gotta believe in yourself and give it a shot. Just try it out, and you can really see that improvement in your art that you want to see. It's the quickest way to improve, and this is a great challenge, and I highly recommend it. Okay, I'm going now. Enjoy the rest of the video.
challenge, but I think this video will fit it all on.
I think so too. I'm gonna talk over it and talk about if people should do the Sketchbook Slam Challenge or not.
Yeah. Shit, that's why.
And also talk about why I almost gave up.
Crippling depression?
Yep. I love that one.
Oh. That's gay.
It's real gay. Gesundheit. Just a little piece.